and welcome back to another episode of the Geek Tech Show. And in today's summer edition, we are going to be checking out the following. This is the Spyderco. This version is the Para Professional, number 3. And the question to you is, why should you actually get the Spyderco knife? And guess what? Almost every cool YouTuber out there owns one of those. And this is the perfect EDC tool for your everyday needs and use. What is so great about the Spyderco? It has a trademark round hole. It's reliable high performance, amazing ergonomics, superior blade steel, and this is the Para Professional G10 version of it, which means it has very good blade steel in it. So why do people, YouTubers especially, use this? Survival channels, survivalist, and for everyday carry. 1. You can use this in both hands, the right hand or the left hand. Look, if you want to open this, you can do this with one hand. And this is important in a survival situation. If you need to get access to the knife and you're on a ladder doing some job, you're holding to safety and you need a knife to cut something and you need to open it up, this will do it. It will open up with one hand, one finger flick. That's all you need. And this is essential in a lot of ways. If you are mountain climbing, you need something like this. If you are scuba diving, this is something you actually need, but this is not the right version. They have a saltwater version instead. But the Spyderco, what it actually features is this. This is the trademark that it has with this very small hole here. The reason why the hole is to make it easier for you to open it up. Now you could say, hey, just get a switchblade knife. Well, switchblades are illegal in probably most of the states, so you can't actually get a switchblade knife to do this. Plus, they're really dangerous anyways. Now, another thing the Spyderco actually has, and why the Para Freeze, why most people actually get those, is that it has this very good pocket clip on it. It's a very slim and small design. You can see how slim this is and how small it is. And it's made with superior, very good steel. And it is very good in mechanics and everything else. And above all, the best thing about this, it's made in the United States. Another thing you can see in the handle here, there's this grip right here, the grip. It makes you enable to put some pressure if you're going to be cutting something, and the place for your finger to put right here, in case you need to put extra pressure in whatever you're cutting. Now, with a knife like this, unfortunately, there's one downside to this. This version doesn't come with this surrogate edge. It's all plain edge, which is really sad part about this, because otherwise this would be the perfect knife. And in some ways it is. It is sharp as butter as well. So let's go get started. Up close and personal review and do your own negligence and figure out if this is the knife you want to get for yourself. And we have right here is the Spyderco. What I really love about this, first of all, the packaging. It is great. If you're going to get this as a gift, this looks amazing. The knife itself comes with the following, and you know it is authentic when it has this. Make sure it talks about the knife in question, which is the Para 3. Instruction booklet, and this soft thing right here. Of course, you have to look at everything in the knife itself, and getting it from Amazon or other reputable places will ensure that you're getting an authentic copy. But if you touch this, and it is super extremely sharp, this is not fake by any means. Now, I did get this from a legitimate source, which they actually don't sell it at its own site, and right now Amazon backs them up. There was almost no counterfeit sellers of those knives on the actual Amazon site. So this is where I suggest for you to get those. If it does ship to your state. If it doesn't, then the next best place is to get it from an authorized dealer on eBay. So the Para Free, why do so many YouTubers actually get this? Small flame, small knife, extremely sharp right out of the box, and it's about 7 inches. Right here we are talking about 4¼ The cutting location is about 2 3/4, almost 3 inches. It sports a very nice ragged area right here, which I really like. Same thing on the bottom as well, and this is just locations where you can put a lot more effort when you're cutting something, in case you actually need to. It is simple and well made. There is nothing here to really dislike, except it's not Surrogate. Made in USA. And you can see here that the pocket clip is one of the reasons people are getting this, is that you can put the pocket clip in 4 different locations. Right here, right there, and right there. So you kind of, so many places that you can put this in case you actually need to. Because some people are left-handed, some people are right-handed, and some people like it from the top. Simple mechanics, very beautiful design, slick, all blackout. There's not much ask about this. Like, what else can you actually want inside of a knife? It has almost everything in here. It is easy to clean. You can see the inside. You can wash it up. And it features very interesting and smooth mechanisms. So when you have to close, you just press this button right here, and it closes back down. Opening it is super fast, easy, and slim. The thing I really like about this is, one, the grip by itself is very good. You can grip this right here. You can put all your 4 fingers right there, and the 5th one on the top right there. And it is easy for you to use. It is super balanced, extremely lightweight. It is beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's sometimes you're like, I don't want to actually use this. I want to just hold this for my collection. So that's the biggest drawback to this knife, is that it is exceptionally well made. It is beautiful, and at the same time, it is, because it is expensive, you'll be thinking twice about using it. So that's probably the biggest drawback to it. But if you need the best possible knife and well quality, that really is important. A lot of places, if you're gonna go hunting, doing things when you need a good EDC knife, survivalist, things that you need the knife to be dependable. Last thing you need is a cheap garbage knife that's gonna snap or break when you actually use this and can actually injure you, which is the worst part about the cheap knives. So definitely you want to get and invest in a good practical knife. This is not the best knife company. It is not the most expensive knife out there. But the prices on this, for the price of the money, it is very good. Yes, you can get $500 knives. They are so much better than this. You can get $1,000 knives. Most people probably say $300 knife is the most I'm going to be spending on a knife. But the truth is, this is at about $150. It's a good price. With inflation and everything, guess what? This used to be much cheaper 10 years ago. And in a few years, this is going to be much more expensive. But I'll as well get it now when it is super cheap. $150 sounds like not much. Guess what? Your value for your money, this will actually retain your value in 10 years from now. If you never use this and they stop making the Para Frees, people will like them, the Para 4 is probably going to suck, then yes, this is a good investment for your cash. So a fun fact about me, my first job out of college was actually selling knives with Cutcos. Ever since then, I was in love with knives and trying to get a really good one. And when you get a good one, you always want to get the next best one. So you're probably wondering, what grade do I give this beautiful knife? Thing is, this knife is almost perfect in every single kind of a way, but there's a few flaws that don't give it a 10-point star. The reason why, you can see by what I use now for EDC, got a few things that that one just doesn't have. This is the short version. It is rust proof, waterproof, and has very good handle over here. Although it is plastic, the big difference, the 50th edition gives you a few upgrades, but also kind of downgrades too. One of which is this doesn't have the surrogate edge, which for some people is a deal breaker, like for me. For other people, this is the best thing ever since sliced bread, because they hate the surrogate edge. For me, surrogate edge is probably a superior knife. I like it much more, and this is actually much more dangerous in my opinion than the surrogate edge knives. Much more easier for you to get cut yourself on them. Another thing about this knife, I really like the black version of it, and you cannot get it in all black in surrogate edge. You can get surrogate edge in white. So definitely that's something I don't like about that. When it comes to this part right here, this is in some ways the superior material. But it gets so much more easy dirty. Now, if you're going to be using this not for beauty, not for collector's purpose, but for everyday use, probably won't matter this much. But if you like your things OCD and you like them to be in the perfect shape, I suggest you go for the camel. You won't get as dirty and it won't show every single white specks right on this, and it's super buggy. So what do I give this overall? I would think that 9.5 out of 10 stars is the fair rating for it, because I have those issues with this. It is super great made, and even if you use a lot of power on here, it doesn't break the blades. In some cheap knives, it might actually bend them over. The G10 scale of this knife is just great as well, and the all blackout version, no wonder this is called the Para-Professional version of this knife. I highly do recommend for you to get this. It is a very decent and a very good looking knife, and it is a beauty, especially when you compare this to the other model or another Spyderco. So this knife is just a beauty. I totally like it, I enjoy it. I think this might be one of the most perfect EDC knives that is available on the market today.